Hello, hello, greetings, happy new year. I'm just going to share this. Just give it a few moments. If you're catching this on a replay, just put hashtag replay. I'm so excited. It's 2019. Hello, Mary. Thank you for joining. Hello, sir. Hi, Dr. Jasmine. Thank you for joining. Just going to give it a few more moments for notification. I hope everyone is having a blessed first day of the year, the new year, 2019. I don't know about anybody else, but I just feel overjoyed today for some reason. I don't know. I just can't stop smiling, and it's something about the energy. Yes, thank you. Blessings to you as well, Dr. Jasmine. Thank you for joining. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about this message. Or something dropped in my spirit. I wanted to share it. I know that the airwaves, the social media airwaves are probably congested right now with everyone with the New Year messages and letting people know, how their New Year's Eve was and what their goals are and plans. So I just wanted to take a little different approach and just really talk about what we still need to let go of, because it is the first day of the new year, and I know there are a number of people who may still have some things that they need to release or purge or declutter from their lives. And I want to talk about 7 things that I feel is really important that I don't want for anyone, any of you, to have as a hindrance or blockage to you manifesting your dreams, your goals, your vision this year. So let me say who I am first of all, because I know I'm connected to a lot of new people. So I am Phoenix Love of a Healer's Haven. I work with purpose-driven leaders to provide holistic healing solutions that help you achieve your wellness goals as well as work-life balance. I am the helper to the healer and the healer to the helper. And I thank you so much, so many of you who have been watching me and watching my videos and following me and connecting with me, all the new people that I've connected with in the past year. 2018 was really amazing with this platform. Again, I think I made a post maybe a week or two ago about, really I am a vessel that the divine created to make, to use, to be able to be a mouthpiece for God and for his purposes. And that's why I'm here. Whatever I come on and I'm giving a message, or I'm working with an individual client, or I'm doing a workshop, or I'm working with a family or whoever that needs my services or, needs kind of information from me, I'm really a vessel. So I'm just filled with gratitude that so many of you, come on and, watch my lives and it resonates with you and you contact me, reach out, and some of you have become clients, and I really appreciate that. So I just wanted to say that. And again, I am very happy that I am connected. There's new connections in the past, I'll say even 3 months. There's been quite a bit of new connections. So thank you, and I look forward to being a blessing to you and a resource if you have questions or you require some kind of support. So I wanted to quickly get on. I always say quickly, and I'm trying to keep these messages within 35, 40 minutes. 30 minutes would be great. But just what happens, if I'm speaking again, I'm downloading to you what has been downloaded to me. And, it really is all divine, and it's a divine timing that's attached to it, because again, we are in the new year of 2019 as up to the number 3. So this is a universal 3 year, which is a very powerful year because many of you probably have experienced, like really I want to say in 2018, a lot of spiritual awakening, a lot of falling away of even relationships and situations and shifts. And, there was a lot that happened, environmentally, relationally, emotionally. We had a couple of Mercury retrogrades. So there was a lot that was going on in the atmosphere. And there is what I always try to understand, and this is a big part of the work that I do, that I, pretty much, if in layman terms, bring the West and the East together. But it's also science and both spirituality. And they do work together. There is really no, how can I say, there's no division with it. And I think a lot of us sometimes get that confused or conflicted, because we feel we have to all be spiritual or religious or scientific and, the Big Bang Theory and all of this stuff. That's not what this is about. When we talk about us as spirit energy beings, that we are housed in a human body, in flesh. So, we are a soul housed in this body. So when we understand that, then we look at the world a little differently and we approach things a little differently. It doesn't mean we're not going to have the experiences of just life, stress, family, responsibilities, work, the things that we have to do, but it's how we approach it. So last year, or 2018, was, for some people it was very challenging. For other people it was fantastic. It really depends on where you were in your process, in your healing journey, in your process of living out your purpose and walking in your destiny. Everybody's in different places. So when we talk about the shift from 2018 to 2019, there are still some things that I'm sure many of you are saying I need to let go of, or I still need to fine tune and work out. And that's normal, right? And I always say, just like anything else, there's a time frame, but then you have this grace period. I always look at the first week of January, even into the second week of January, as really a grace period to kind of still purge and declutter certain things in our lives and release and let go of things that may weigh us down, or that's no longer serving us, or that may be a hindrance or a blockage to us moving forward. So that's really what I want to talk about. This is the universal 3 year, and there will continue to be spiritual awakening. There will continue to be growth and shifts and miraculous things that happen. And this is really going to be a year that we see things happen that we've never seen before. There's going to be such a movement in, I want to say, in the spirit realm. So it's important that we buckle up and that we're prepared, because there's going to be things that, when I want to say the suddenlies, the things that happen very quickly. If we notice, time is moving much faster. The days are going by quicker. This is to me, before, things didn't move as quickly as it did, but now everything is like at the speed of light, it seems like. And it's part spiritual, but some of it is scientific, and some of it does have to do with the shift even in our environment, environmentally, things that are going on. And we see these environmental changes. So the 7 things I want to go through really quickly. Thank you for joining, Tankia, Maxine, Catherine. I just want to make sure I'm saying hello to everybody. So I'm just going to give everybody a wave, because I don't want to miss anyone. I want to make sure I'm acknowledging everyone. Linnell, hello. Darlene, hello. Okay. Thank you all for joining and jumping on. So number 1 thing that you need to still purge, if you haven't already, is definitely any type of bitterness or anger. Anything that you are still holding in your heart, any type of ought towards someone or some situation, it's time to let it go. When we hold these things in our heart, it's hurting us, it's not hurting the other people. And sometimes the people are no longer around, they're not in your life. Why hold on to it? You're making yourself sick. You're building up toxins in your body. It's not serving you. Let it go. Because the things I'm going to talk about today, it is related to other people, because I know everybody usually gets excited when I say, oh, get rid of the toxic relationships. And, there's a time for that. And I've done lives about that. But this is really all about you. Because at the end of the day, the only person that you really have control over and what can happen with in your life is you, right? Other people we have no control over. And we shouldn't want to control other people, okay? Because that's where disappointment comes in, when you have these expectations that you can change someone else. That's where bitterness can come in, and that's where resentment can come in. And that is not healthy for us when we're carrying that around. Number 2, lack of forgiveness. When we, when we are holding on to unforgiveness in our heart, that can eat us up internally, and it does, right? There are some people right now that you need to just forgive, and you don't have to talk to the person to forgive them. If you can, that's fine, but sometimes it's just not a good place and space or time to talk to the person and say, I forgive you. Write a letter, write it in your journal, take it, ball it up, burn it, tear it up. There's all different types of ways to practice forgiveness, right? But the main person to forgive is yourself. Because a lot of times, it's not even other people that we have not forgiven that's really holding us back or is turning into stagnant energy in our bodies. Is forgiving ourselves for something that we feel that we didn't do or live up to. Or maybe we felt that we wronged someone and we haven't forgiven ourselves for doing that. Okay? Or maybe we just haven't forgiven ourselves for not accomplishing the things that we wanted to accomplish, okay? But it's never too late. That's the great thing. Every moment is a new moment. Every day is a new day, right? Here's a brand new year, a brand new day. That's an opportunity to do something different, just like that. So forgive yourself, forgive others. Let that go. Let's purge it, right? Number 3, secrets or any type of deception. I'm gonna say it again, secrets. Because look, we all got or have had, a skeleton or two or a bone or something that could fall out the closet, right? So if there's any secrets, there's any deception, this is the time to let it go. Because again, who does that hurt? That hurts you. That's toxic. That's a toxin in your life, in your body. That's bringing bad karma to you, not the other person, okay? Or even if you're deceiving yourself about something, even if you got something that you feel shame about, something in your past or whatever, forgive yourself. Again, go back to number 2, forgive yourself, let it go, okay? Because secrets can tear apart families, secrets can eat you up emotionally, secrets can become bondage, right? Energy, again, when we talk about energy moves in the shadows of deception. And that's negative energy, in the shadows of deception. And I'm going to say that again. Negative energy moves in the shadow of deception. So as long as there's some kind of secret or there's some kind of deception that's going on in your life or that you're holding on to, that's negative energy that's just sitting there in your body, in your spirit, in your soul. And that can become such a blockage, and it will be a blockage and a hindrance to anything that you're trying to accomplish. So keep that in mind, because these things will always keep cropping up if they're not dealt with. Strongholds. Strongholds could be anything from a bad habit that you've been struggling with, a soul tie, which is, some kind of relationship that shows up as anything that has more control over you than you have control over. That's a stronghold. So only you know what those are that you're still battling with. And again, this is a time to really look at it. And it's really about asking yourself the right questions so you can give an authentic, honest answer on how you're going to address it. Because the worst thing that we can do is lie to ourselves. So that goes back to the last one, secrets and deception. When we deceive ourselves, what are we doing? What are we accomplishing by doing that? When we are not being honest with ourselves about an issue that we know we've been struggling with that has become a stronghold because it's been there so long that it has more control over us, and now we don't know how to deal with it, or we don't know how to move past it. So this is where you have to get some support and some assistance, right? And some accountability. So the next one is, wow, this is a big one. So dream killers. So dream killers can be people in our lives, right? Or it could be us with our negative thinking, right? Where we self-sabotage. So dream killers are those that speak into our life and they are not supportive, and we know who these people are, and sometimes it's subtle. Sometimes they show up, they're friends, they're family members, right? They're people that we're around on a regular basis. They could be colleagues. And you can tell them, think about it, listen to this scenario. You can tell them that this is something that you want to do, right? You have this idea. Maybe you want to start a ministry, or you want to start up an organization, or something you just want to do that's really been on your heart. And as soon as you tell them, they're either like very doubtful, or they're very negative, or they'll change the subject. I don't know if you ever had that happen. They'll just change the subject as if you never said what you said. Or they'll start talking about themselves, right? So that means that they're not on board with what you are trying to do. They're not supportive, or they're just, self-serving. Those are dream killers. Or people that just, when you do speak about, your dreams and everything, they are really Debbie Downers about it. And you can't seem to get any type of affirmative or affirmations or anything from them that is positive. Any language that's going to support your goals and your dreams. So that can be another person, or that can be you. Right? Sometimes our own, what I call stinking thinking, our own automatic negative thinking ants that are going and playing in our mind over and over again, that's telling us that we can't do something, or that we shouldn't do something. And that's where the fear and the doubt creeps in. So this is definitely something that has to be purged. Because if you have a vision and you have a dream and you have these goals for the new year, if you have these negative thoughts that's battling, it's like it's almost like a ping pong match going on in your mind. Or you have people in your life that are dream killers, and they're speaking negatively into your dreams, or they just won't speak about it at all. They won't acknowledge it. That's a passive aggressive way of not supporting you. Okay? And we have people that do that in our lives. It's time to purge the dream killers. Number 6 is really about voids. And voids, I look at it as emotional bankruptcy. Because basically, anytime you have a void in your life, that's an unmet need. There's something deep within, and it could come from childhood, it can come from bad relationship experiences, whether it's work, whether it's love relationships, whether it's family. Voids can come from a lot of different sources. But when you have a void or an unmet need, it turns into emotional bankruptcy. And just think about the word bankruptcy, right? There's nothing there. You feel empty. That space, you start to try to fill it with stuff. And most of the time, it's not positive stuff. So that can be a hindrance on its own. So again, it goes back to asking the right questions to yourself. And this is where journaling is so important, and solitude and meditation. Because this is where you get to really sit in silence with yourself and with the divine creator. What is it that is holding me back from moving forward? What are the blockages? What are the things that's keeping me stagnant? Or what is it that is not allowing me to move forward? Right? So again, we have this grace period in the beginning of the year, and there may still be some of this stuff there. So it's time to get rid of it. It's time to purge it. Right? So the last thing is, and it's all connected, if you notice, and I'll do a quick recap. So the first one was bitterness or anger. The second one was lack of forgiveness or unforgiveness in our heart. Third was secrets or deception. The fourth was any type of stronghold, anything that has more control over us than we have over it. The fifth one was dream killers, which could be ourselves or others. 6 was voids, unmet needs. And number 7 is limiting beliefs. And the reason why I left that one, I'm just trying to see the comments, for last. Hey, hello, Jerome. Thank you for joining. Okay. All right, Maxine. Oh, wonderful, Yesenia. That's excellent. Limiting beliefs is, I left this one for last because, again, when we have a limiting belief, where do that usually come from? It usually comes from, our past. It comes from our childhood a lot. How were we brought up? How were we raised? What were we taught? What were the messages we received? And this could be about a number of things. And limited belief can be something like feeling like you're not enough, or you're not good enough, or you feel like you have to people please, or you feel like you're always going to be, broke and don't have any money, or something like that. Those are limiting beliefs because you have basically you have basically adopted in your mind something very negative that has become a core belief that plays out throughout your life and everything you do, and it turns into part of your behavior and how you function and how you show up every day. So this right here, the limited belief, if you have those, that is something, and again, you get support, you get assistance, coaching, therapy, whatever it's going to take to be able to support you with any of these, especially a limited belief, because sometimes limited beliefs you don't even notice it's there, but it's showing up and it's playing out in your daily interactions and your relationships and your jobs and your business, your language, how you speak, everything. And again, it's usually attached sometimes to a void, an unmet need, because these are all connected. But when it's there and it's a limited belief, it's usually been there for a long time. And what happens when we have something for a long time? We get comfortable with it. We get so comfortable that we don't even recognize that it's there and it's actually influencing everything that we do. So this is why it's so important at the beginning of the year. This is why I wanted to do this message on day 1 of 2019, because there's an opportunity to still deal with these things. And it's not saying that, we're going to show up and be perfect and all of these things are going to be erased, but one, just recognize it. Because like I said, sometimes there have been these habits or these beliefs or this belief system, it's been buried for so long and we've tucked it away because most of the time we're just trying to survive, right? We're trying to get through the day. We're trying to take care of our children, our families, our responsibilities. So we tuck things away and we put it somewhere so that we can focus. Basically it's a coping mechanism. So we're able to function, right? But we're in a space, and this is why I started out talking about the universal 3-year, because there's going to be so many shifts, so many miraculous things that are going to happen very quickly. So 2018 was really about a time of preparation, releasing, purging, letting go of things that no longer serve you, relationships. And that's why you saw, if you even look at social media, there was a lot of people talking about cutting relationships and cutting people up. And some people was like, hey, wait a minute, that's a little extreme. But we are moving into a time where we have to be somewhat extreme, especially when it comes down to our health and wellness. Okay? Because all of this is about our health and wellness. If we are carrying any of these things into this year, then we are not healthy still. We are not spiritually healthy. Our souls aren't healthy. We're not, emotionally healthy, mentally healthy, because it's going to impact all of those areas. So this is why I thought this was important to share today on January 1st. And again, I always say I don't want to take up a lot of time, but, all is divine. Everything is in divine order. So if you have questions, concerns, and you want to know more, The best way to do that is to have an accountability partner or partners, and you can do that as a part of my online community, Holistic Living for Purpose Driven Leaders. I have a few of my members that are on here, and they know, we did 2018, we did a number of different wonderful things. We did a 3-day spiritual fast, we did a 7-day fast and detox, we did a number of webinars, an empath support webinar, and I'm going to do so much more in 2019. I'm excited about what's going to happen in 2019. And so I invite you to come over to our community. And again, it's Holistic Living for Purpose-Driven Leaders. I will drop the link in the comment section if you are looking for support, accountability, an opportunity to participate in my Mindfulness Mondays, where I do guided meditation. So if you are someone that really wants to learn how to meditate, and people struggle with meditation. Some people say it's very hard for them to stay focused because the mind is constantly going. So this is a great way. I do it Mondays at 7 a.m. and then I have Sunday Soup Sundays at 9 p.m. and I'll be starting all of those things back up the second week of January. So join us. I would love for you to be a part of it. It's, again, it's really a thriving, wonderful community where everyone holds each other accountable. We share all types of positivity and affirmations, and I share a host of information about holistic healing methods and different solutions, from crystals, gemstones, to diet, alkaline diet, asanas, mudras, everything that's going to help you be healthy and well mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. So I hope you will consider joining us. And thank you so much for jumping on and watching this live. I am Phoenix Love of a Healer's Haven. I hope everyone have a blessed, and happy first day of the new year. Take care.